Hello again everybody and welcome back to my Drod Genity Rooted Hold Let's Play. Last time I struggled over this room a lot. Yeah, it's been a little while, and when I say a little while, it is still the same day, but a few hours later on. I have a couple of ideas. I think, looking back on the footage, I think my best, sort of the best position I was in was when I had Half above the orb, and yeah, this position, and then I did actually manage to get this chamber down to just 2 roaches, so I think that's what I need to be aiming for. Just the 2 roaches. So yeah, I mean, I made a good amount of progress there. I'm not sure if I'm doing this quite right. And I also get the feeling that Half isn't actually really helping me there, to be honest, but I guess for now I may as well just keep him there, just in case he is doing something. But because of the kind of combination of moves I'm making, like, yeah, he isn't really doing much. And yeah, the thing is that the amount of like kind of roach kind of flow is split up by having Half, or kind of it's changed by having Half here, but not necessarily in a good way, because having Half here actually pushes monsters further south, and I'd rather have them, I think, coming from kind of this direction, rather than you know, necessarily. Yeah, I can't quite kill that many, so I've got two roaches left. Oh, sorry, 3 roaches left that time. 2 roaches left this time. I feel like there's some sort of way I can dwindle down the roaches enough such that I can then go into that. Into that chamber and solve it. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe actually Half would be better off, like, one space underneath the orb rather than one space on top. I'm not sure. But either way, I feel like he's not really helping where he is, so let's move him. Damn, I've done a lot of fighting. Yeah, and in fact I was kind of in the position I got myself in before I started undoing, like, quite a few times before, by the looks of things. So let's back it all the way up until I start moving Half and put him on the underside of the orb rather than on the top side. Okay, here we are. So I think if I do that, then that might be a bit better because, yeah, then I can... It depends whether... If I can not, like, step that far south, then this is pretty good because it kind of breaks up those roaches. Although... Yeah, not that well because it actually just means that on my next kind of like attempt at doing the top section, like they're just gonna come out and be annoying. So maybe actually Half can completely get out of the way. Maybe he isn't actually helping. Yeah, because I just ended up like killing these monsters anyway. Like when Half was standing here, like it just meant that these monsters took very slightly longer to get to me. And as you've seen by having what happens when we have Half on the south side of the orb, like having them take longer doesn't actually necessarily help. Like, it would have been much better to actually just have them there earlier and be able to deal with them kind of in the same sort of, at the same, a similar time as the rest of the monsters. So this is nearly what I want. Like, I feel like there's some way to completely, wait. Huh, I reckon I could have done that earlier. Yeah, I don't really know what happened there. I just kind of... I was like, maybe I feel like there's a way I can... I thought I'd be able to get the... I might have to clear out that chamber all the way down to 0 roaches. And I was like... And that's what I was about to say. I was gonna say, I think there's a way for me to clear this all the way out. But turns out that wasn't even necessary. Like, I don't know whether not having Half there kind of meant that the spacing was a bit different and that I was able to go in then and kill the kill the roach queens, or if I could have done it earlier anyway. But yeah, I somehow managed to get that done, and now, yeah, this room is now sorted. That was the main roadblock, the first and the second set of queens. Yeah, alright. Smart but not smart enough. Got the achievement, got the challenge rather, got the room done. That was a toughie. That was a toughie. Now for another toughie. I've only got 2 rooms left, actually. I've got another horde fighting room here, and then the second tar blob thing room here. Let's give this one a go. So, what did I do? This was definitely the first thing I did, because I need to hit this one and then hit this one so that Half goes and stands here, then hit this one again. No, it's not that one, it's this one. Then yeah, hit this one again, wait until this one is hit, then hit this one, and then this one, and then I can commence cleanup. It is this one, right? Yeah. Oh, it's as soon as I get there, he hits that door, then I can hit this one. Yeah, and then it's cleanup time, and I don't know whether, like, I don't know whether, like, I want to, because I think the order I did it before was slightly different, like, feel like there's a way to, yeah, maybe that's better, letting the tile grow across. And I've actually got 2 spawn cycles here. Right, I actually managed to do the room. Yeah, I think last episode I was doing it slightly different order, like I tried to kill this tar mother like early, but I was thinking, like, what's the point of that? Like, I can kill that one early, but it's only, like, a little bit of extra chopping. Like, later in the room, like, comparatively, it's going to take me ages to... I have to clear out all of this whole blob and deal with the babies. And then I'm going to have to come back and then deal with this blob and its babies and stuff. So, why don't I just, like... do this separately, like do them together. I think also I hadn't used the trick of letting this tar grow across me, like sorry, letting the tar grow across the babies before, so I was fighting the babies here, and I think actually that might have been all I needed in order to solve this room, and that would be way more optimal as well. So, oh no, would it? I'm not sure. I want to try it the other way. This is trying it the way that I, you know, initially, wait, what am I doing? What's this one? This door. This is the way that I was initially, that I think I was trying last episode. I think I did this. Then that. Then that. I managed to get this in a way which was like, yeah, I did it in such a way that this tar didn't grow. I feel like this is possible. It's just about dealing with these a bit differently, I think. Yeah, I feel like dealing with the... Maybe like that, yeah. I'm thinking... I'm thinking like this. And then hopefully, if I can kill this... Yeah, I can't quite kill that in time. I did it last time such that I did. But then I think actually, yeah. Like, I can use the growth trick here if I want, but then I'm not really saving any time, like, because I'm going to get trapped in, so... yeah, maybe that isn't what I want, because... Yeah, like, I can use that growth trick, but no, it doesn't really help me. And then, yeah, I'm just too late. So, It feels like it should be possible to do this Mud Mother first and then do this Mud Mother afterwards, but I don't think it is. And it kind of makes sense to do it this way anyway, like the quote-unquote intended way. Definitely. Definitely kind of makes it. It just makes logical sense to deal with these mothers together because they're so close in proximity, and I think that's what was kind of evading me before. You know, I was so busy thinking about, yeah, kind of tunnel vision, thinking about this particular method because I was pretty close, but I don't think I could have shaved off any more time, to be honest. Like, I'd optimized pretty much as well as I could, I think, with this Mother first. I'm not saying it's not possible to do it this way, but this way, not possible to do it kind of the way I was trying, not last episode, actually, the episode before. But I think, like, it's just not a feasible kind of... It's not really a feasible... like method, just because it's so tight in terms of timing. Like this one, this method you can, and I've actually done this I think worse this time, but this method you have like a lot more leniency than you do with the other one, and so even if the other one is possible, and I wonder if it is possible, I'm not sure. Maybe if someone...
Hooray, you did it again.
Thanks, Alf.
You yapping. We've got work to do.
Maybe if someone could like do it and figure it out, then that would be amazing, because that would be a super cool concept, a super cool solution. But I just don't actually see a way that this is possible, and I kind of thought about that, like looked back on the footage a little bit, and I didn't explain it so well at the start of the room, but like, why overcomplicate things? Why bother dealing with this mother? Like, it's just easier to do it the intended way, and the intended way turns out to be better anyway. So yeah, okay, one more secret I think. Let's just check on the change location screen. Yeah, one more, 97%. And that is this one, 19th level. Yeah, there is a challenge here, but I mean, like, kind of like I pointed out earlier on, not earlier on, like when I tried to do this room initially. This room is difficult enough, even without having to think about, you know, a challenge. It's very reliant on like turn order and weird like stuff like that. I only managed to actually get the non-challenge solution to this box done once, and I tried this room a bunch of times. And I was like, oh yeah, cool, non-challenge solution done. Great. And now I can't even remember what that non-challenge solution for this particular section of the room was. So I probably actually should have gone and reviewed the footage like I do with most of my other, kind of the other rooms that I'm doing. But yeah, I kind of forgot, because this is I was busy focusing on those weird, on those very tricky secret rooms, or the secret rooms which stumped me last time anyway. They turned out not to be as difficult as I thought, but at least you got some kind of entertainment. Probably watching me get pretty irate over some secret rooms. I don't feel like that is right. Yeah, and I'm still... Is there a way for me to... I think I remember I was saying maybe I can make up ground Maybe I've actually solved this one. Yeah, okay, I've solved this, the non-challenge solution. Just by doing something weird. I remember last time I did it in the bottom right corner. Sorry. Yeah, bottom right corner. So there is definitely variation in kind of the fighting technique you can use. I mean, obviously there's variation because otherwise you wouldn't be able to do this. There wouldn't be a challenge. Like, the challenge would be enough by itself, but this just feels so, like, micro, kind of, I don't really know how to describe it, but so micro efficient. Like, you have to, like, so specific in terms of what it's requiring, and it's difficult to actually make kind of iterative progress because it's so sort of like, you can't really, it's not like I can be like, oh, this turn I did this, this go I did this set of moves. Next go I'm going to try this set of moves. Then I'm going to try, if that doesn't work, I'm going to try this. Like, it just doesn't work like that with rooms like these. And I think that's probably why, like, you can't improve. It's very difficult to improve in your solution. So it does kind of feel like just not even trial and error, just magic move dancing. And I think I've actually, well, nearly. I think this is close to the solution that I want. But, like, that may be close, but also it's like, solutions which may be close are just kind of close. Like, it's not like I can go back and improve on one turn, and then if oh, that solution's close, let me just go back and change one thing about that solution and then do that again. It's like, no, a close solution is just as bad as a solution which is really shit, like that one. Oh, excuse my language. Yeah. Like, maybe if I, like, back away like that, and then I can, it kind of spreads out the roaches, but no. I don't feel like there's a whole lot I can do either. It's not like I can just... My first few moves feel like they have to be diagonally down to the bottom of the room. And then, like, then I can do some other things, but it just doesn't feel helpful. It doesn't feel constructive to actually beating this room at all. Yeah, so this one is... Like, I definitely want to be doing more sword turning than movement, just because, like, movement kind of messes with how the roaches are approaching me, but I don't really see how... Like, it just feels so specific, especially because you, like, have to start facing a certain orientation, like... And, like... I don't know how I did this first section. Like, I wouldn't be able to repeat that, like, the set of moves I did in order to beat this one if I did it again, so... Yeah, this is just a not very good room. It's not very, like, I understand the idea, but it's just not very, like, conducive to a room that people actually enjoy. Like, we're playing Drod, we're not playing sort of Dark Souls or whatever. I mean, I know that's not really fair, but, like, this is meant to be a perfectly predictable puzzle game. And the thing is about predictability is that as soon as you increase the number of monsters, the room becomes much less predictable because your possibility space is expanding so much. Like, you can predict exactly what one monster will do. and you can predict pretty well most of the time what 2 monsters, 3 monsters, 4 monsters are going to do, even if you don't know their turn order, movement order. But once you get sort of 100 roaches, 90 roaches, how many is this? 45 roaches together, and their turn order is weird like this. It's going like back to front or something. Like, yeah, they're been placed down in stripes. Like, it just... I can actually start facing north. Not that that would help me. It just kind of is like, this isn't... It kind of... Drod loses its predictability, and... Yeah, it's not... It's not truly random. Of course not. Like, every thing in... every monster in... Every element in Drod has a set of rules which they abide by, and yeah, stalwarts are pretty much like unpredictable, but nothing's like truly random. Like, there's no like element of sort of chance in terms of how they're gonna move. It's not like if two roaches are wanting to move to the same spot, they do like roll a dice, and whoever rolls the dice moves there first. No. This roach will always move to this spot instead of this roach, because this roach moves first. But like, the amount of kind of, I don't know if pseudo randomness is the right word. Like, I'm not particularly learned on the subject, but as soon as you introduce elements of what feels like, or what I would describe as pseudo randomness into the game, like into your perfectly predictable puzzle game, you're doing it wrong. And so that is my review of this room. We're nearly there though. I can tell you one thing, the challenge is, if I do manage to actually stumble across or stumble upon the challenge solution, that's going to be completely and utterly by accident. I don't really want to be like sliding those roaches up too much, because otherwise, man, that's so close to being the solution. I think actually this one is rectifiable, maybe. It feels like it should be, but maybe not. I can start chopping there, but I think actually going one further south is what I need. Well, it's not working though, is it? It might be what I need, but it's not working, so maybe not. Yeah. So I do definitely need to make the diagonal again, because of just the way that these roaches are ordered out. Turn order means that they do weird. Like, they stay thick at the front and taper out at the back. This is... It's just not very fun. Like, it's not quite as frustrating as the previous room, just because that room felt like you don't know whether your tactics are off, you don't know whether there's some trick you're missing, whereas this one is just like, fight some roaches. Like, you'll eventually stumble across the correct solution, so you can't get too mad about it, because it hopefully won't take you too long. But I mean, maybe I'm just not very good at fighting hordes. Like, maybe this room is reasonable for people who are kind of good at horde fighting. I don't know. It just feels a bit unreasonable to me, anyway. Yeah. Maybe something a bit more like that. Nah. I want to be waiting as little vertical space as possible, like. Although I could use that first turn available to actually turn, which I don't know. It could lead to something cool happening. Yeah, like that. So in these two kind of boxes, you have an additional turn like available to you after the roaches, after you release the roaches. So you can actually do something else, which is not just back away. You can turn, which I didn't actually kind of fail to pick up on in this chamber, and it might have helped, it might not have, but in this chamber it did actually really help. Fight 32. I've got much less space. Like, I feel like the possibility space here is way smaller. Like, yeah, I can turn here in this room as well. So the possibility space may be smaller. That doesn't make this any easier. Yeah, because you get weird bits of turn order, which doesn't help. There we go. Okay, it required me to go from bottom to top. Like, something like that, not so bad. Like, you can kind of reason out what's going on just because you've got so many fewer spaces you can move to, so many fewer roaches that you can deal with. So I don't mind something like this in this size where it does feel like you can kind of reason something out. I kind of felt like my tactics were working there. I tried going down, I tried turning, I kind of exhausted my options. So what's next? Going down and then back up? Like, cool, fine. And then fight 2. Hold mastered. Yeah, awesome. Quite the journey. Wait, where do I see challenges again? Is that on the restore screen? Yeah. Okay, so I'm missing how many challenges? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know what these are. Slayer of Slayers is presumably killing the Slayer in like any room in the hold. So I'm missing a few. Yeah, I'm missing a few. I've got most of them, but I haven't got them all yet. I think what I'm going to do is actually check out the Dream Plane first. Yeah, I wonder whether there's going to be any challenges. Well, no, presumably there aren't going to be any challenges on the Dream Plane, otherwise I'd be able to see them here. Apart from maybe this one, Repairing a Broken Dream. I'm not sure. But I really want to check this out, so I'm thinking maybe I'll check out the Dream Plane first, and then come back and maybe next episode will be the final one, and I go back and mop up any challenges which I've missed, and maybe I'll do them all. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure whether I'm gonna try and absolutely get all the challenges done, or whether I'm just gonna leave the really nasty ones to kind of as they are. Like, make an attempt at least, but just if they take too long, then I'm not sure whether that's necessarily entertaining viewing. Although, from what I've heard, like, this run is probably the hardest, so I got that one done. Mainly because I had to do the secret. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go to the Dream Plane. A sacred secret place full of otherworldly visions and dreams. Awesome. Yeah, let's go to the Creator's Lair. Ooh, That's nice. Early Drod fan art. Cool. Very interesting. That is a kind of horrifying image of Claythrow Budkin there. I guess this is an early rendering of the clock. Super useful though, by the way. I'm so glad that the clock was invented and I didn't have to, or we as a collective didn't have to keep on guessing whether we were in horizontal or vertical time for snakes, for example. Beneath. Okay, so this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. I'm not sure what this means. First patron, maybe? I'm not sure. Beneath. Yeah, I'm not sure what this word is. Yeah, this is weird. I think I've seen other stuff which is similar to this in other official holes, but yeah, it's still not particularly easy to read. Ooh, is that like it kind of looks like a big fat dog. Yeah. And I don't know what this is. Maybe this is kind of a... No, I'm not sure actually. Maybe this was an idea for like a massive level. Who knows? Nothing up. Can go across still. And down. What's this? Some early development notes and brainstorming for room designs with new Journey to Reach the Hold elements. Puzzle. Mud Mother. Must be sub-chambers before exits close up. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, stuff like this was seen in King Dugan's Dungeon as well. But then the mud... obviously, mud wasn't in King Dugan's Dungeon, so you do have your own mud variant. And I think probably when you first encounter mud, like, the idea that mud isn't always cuttable is kind of a bit weird, because obviously tar isn't always cuttable. Like, you can only cut it on an edge. And you can obviously create shapes where... or a shape, anyway. There are kind of variants of it, but you can create shapes where there aren't any edges. Fine, that makes sense. But if you say, your mud can only be cut in the corners, then you think, well, every shape has corners, so presumably every shape is cuttable. But that's kind of where the room geometry comes in, and that's kind of why mud can sometimes be deceivingly difficult to deal with. Beethro combing his 3 hairs. Is that at the end of the is that at the end of the game? Ooh. Green snake. Mirrors. We didn't have mirrors, obviously something that we saw in the City Beneath. But not in King Dugan's Dungeon. And the same with the green snake, actually. Here's your kind of mocking up of being able to stab tar with multiple weapons. I mean, presumably this was possible in Webfoot Drod as well, and like King Architect's Edition, because presumably, like, the mimics were in Architect's Edition, and obviously so was Tar. So you could presume you didn't need to do this for any of King Dugan's dungeon, but presumably you could if you were so inclined. Some arrows. That's pretty cool. This is really cool. Is this kind of the pit design? This looks like maybe Iceworks. Yeah, I mean, really cool that is actually. Definitely. I do really like how the although the art style is kind of, when you compare it to stuff like, well, modern like AAA titles and they're creating whole cities or whatever, like, it's obviously, this is a completely different kettle of fish, but I've always liked the way the Drod graphics look, and they've always been sort of, they've done the job for me. I find the Architect's Edition graphics a bit jarring, maybe because I'm kind of too young to appreciate when stuff kind of had to be designed like that. But since the 2.0 engine, like, I think they've all, like, everyone who's worked on the artistic side of Drod has done an amazing job, definitely. Whoa. What's going on here? This is insane. But yeah, I guess you can actually draw out the whole of a Drod room just on a squared or graph pad. I've definitely designed rooms by hand, but nothing like to this level of detail anyway. There's Beethro with, it looks like dead people on his back. I don't know. This slope allows diagonal something up step or something, I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, you've got something like this. This is a pretty cool kind of, this could be a cool like image overlay or something, or image floor to make the delver have to walk diagonally, maybe. I'm not sure, but, or make it look like he's walking down, like kind of physically downwards rather than just downwards on our kind of a bird's eye look of a room. Get some sketches of Beethro. Pretty cool. Not sure what it is, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. Just by the way, for context, I am not an artist. I just not something I can do. So I'm quite easy to please with this sort of thing. What's this? Beethro. Wait inside. Shut swinging door behind him and hit orb to lock the something with a bar. I don't know. But yeah, swinging doors. That could be interesting. Oh yeah, bars like this. Like old doors. Monster bars. Yeah, kind of, these remind me a little bit of kind of like floor spikes, except completely different in that they block the player from making progress rather than killing them. So maybe not like floor spikes at all. What else is there to see? Still some more drawings down here. This way. Pretty cool, man. Really pretty cool. Like, I'd have loved to have seen, like, it's interesting to think about, like, what would Drod be like if they'd implemented some of the stuff which they'd kind of clearly thought about implementing in early stages of development into one of these early holds. Like, how would the landscape of Drod have changed? Who knows? this looks like maybe... Is this deciding how... I don't know, I've got no idea actually. Otherwise, those numbers don't really make sense. I was going to say, is this deciding how, like, movement order happens for, like, mud blobs or something? I'm not sure. This definitely looks like mud, but then these numbers are way too high to be, like, movement order things. Like, otherwise you'd see, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or something, but... Yeah, I mean, I don't know what this is, but I'm sure someone does. Okay. Realm of the Bizarre. Let's have a look at this. Is that a jar of... It looks like... It looks kind of like Skittles or something like that, but I don't think it is. Or Smarties or something. I don't think it is. Because you don't get white Skittles. I don't know what that is. They could be like... I'm not even going to speculate. Oh, they could be something like jelly beans or something. I don't know. Confectionery in America is weird anyway, so... You know, it could be any number of weird American things. Sorry Americans. Oh, broken wall. Whoa. Weird. This is really weird. Very cool though. Sunrise at Sun Island. Yeah, so these must have been early mock-ups of the 8th. Sun Island is like... Well, you kind of get very close to it in the Second Sky, I think. Hottest part of the 8th. It's right at the point. At the kind of... If you think of 8th as like a slice of pizza, it's at the point of the slice of pizza, right at the end. And then Oist is where... Is Oist where Entry Point takes place? It might be. It's a little island from what I remember. I can't remember too much. My 8th lore is I'm a bit rusty on 8th lore, to be honest. So apologies if I've completely got any of that very, very wrong. This is a bit creepy, some of these. Is that a roach coming through like a wall? Yeah, it must be like a kind of like a little passage, a 2-wide passage, and then there's this giant cockroach coming through. I mean, looking down on it, when these guys are only like 22 by 22 pixels and stuff, like those cockroaches aren't that scary. But I mean, if you're Beathrow, if you're the Beathrow size and you see, imagine a cockroach the size of Beathrow, the size of a whole person, and Beathrow is not a small person either. The size of a whole person coming at you, I'd be running. It's really nice that like Caravel includes stuff like this into their, like, as a kind of bonus for doing everything there is to be done inside a hold. Like it's a really nice touch, I think. Ooh, cool, a book. Otherworldly Visions, yeah. First patron. Oh, it's Tendry. A stalwart soldier. Tendry. How you doing, buddy? My old pal. For those of you who don't know, I'm a big fan of Drod RPG. Highly underrated. Really fun. It's a shame there aren't more Drod RPG level sets. I mean, for one, they're quite difficult to make. I think it's quite an undertaking to make them. You can't just whip up like a puzzle room or something. and for 2, I think people generally, like, there's not necessarily an overlap between enjoying regular Drod and enjoying Drod RPG. And since regular Drod came first, it kind of stands to reason, therefore, that RPG would get a bit less love. But, you know, if anyone has any Drod RPG level sets which are kind of sitting in their on their computer or something, then and they're kind of not sure whether to post it, please do, because RPG is awesome and I'd really appreciate it. I'd love it if there were more RPG level sets. Oh, a treasure chest with a wavy sword in it. See what's down here. Oh, nice. That's really cool. I like that. Up here, and then this was used for Gunther and the Epic Blunder. I think on the title screen, there's like a colored version of this, and it actually changes depending on like the time of the day and stuff, which is really cool. Like at night, I think it's like during the day these are all like on, as if there were like lights inside them, and then at night they turn off. It's, I think anyway, it's definitely depending on the time of the day, but I can't exactly remember what changes are made, but it's definitely a cool title screen. In fact, they all are, from all the Drods.
I came into this room from the south. It was crucial to my strategy.
I thought you could enter from both ends, Beathrow. In fact, I'm pretty sure I explicitly remember saying we can enter from either the north or south. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm making that up. I'm probably making that up. I should probably kill the Mud Mother first, though. Like that'll definitely make this room considerably easier. I mean, not that it's particularly difficult, but
I bet it didn't matter which entrance you came in from.
Of course it did. As you see, the room was only accessible from the south.
These jokes get old, you know.
Hey, quiet. This is my moment of glory here.
So they did a similar thing like to this, basically in the King Dugan's Dungeon Mastery area in 2.0, in case you haven't played that, where like Beathrow is kind of retelling the story of King Dugan's Dungeon and like each level back to his nephews, and Half is there and being cheeky as always. So yeah, I think that's what this is referring to. Right, yeah. This is a puzzle room. This is from the 4th level, but in the 4th level there were no trapdoors around the outside, and I think I actually mentioned in the video like there were no trapdoors around the outside, so we're fine here. Or maybe I was saying the trapdoors are here and it doesn't make any difference if those are trapdoors or regular or floors. I'm not sure. I'm probably like overplaying. You know, oh yeah, I saw this one in advance. Yeah, I knew. You know, I already been done talked about this, but that's probably what I'm doing at the moment. So I'm actually gonna have to think about this. In order to get further on, I am gonna have to solve this room, unfortunately. I was hoping this would be a nice break. No more room solving for today. First things first, I think I'm gonna want to go this way round and do like something like this. I'm presuming I'm gonna need all of the space that they have afforded me, so I am gonna make sure I'm being a bit careful. Go down like this. First roach is removed. Well, I mean, I didn't actually have to step on those trapdoors, but I can just pull these roaches out. And then I would do this one. Bring it back down here. Maybe I wouldn't do that actually. Maybe I would release this roach first. Yeah, I think I'd release this roach first, like come back like round here twice, I think, maybe. Something, what I'm trying to explain is doing something like this. So then I can bring this roach out, and then I go back around again to get that last roach, I think. I just want to make sure that I do have a way out of this room, just in case. Yeah, so I do something like... Yeah, because I only need to go back on this side once. I don't need to... And then I can go up here. This might not actually quite work. Not quite, I'm thinking. And you'll see why. Yeah, there's not... I don't quite have enough room to actually kill this last one. So I might have to be a bit more intelligent with my tactics. Maybe if I put it in there. And then... Yeah. Do that. Because then I can... Then this roach will end up here. This roach will end up here. And then I can extract them both on the same pass up this side of the maze. So, yeah, that works fine. Definitely, well, not difficult, but more difficult than the original, that's for sure. Although the original was very easy, especially because it kind of, at least the way I played it, ended up being like one of the last rooms I solved. It was significantly easier than some of the, well, most of the rooms were pretty easy, but it was, you know, much easier than a lot of the rooms in that level. Right. This room puzzle was originally designed for level 4-1 North 1 West. Yep. Found it too hard, so it was replaced with a simpler version. They could have left that one in, to be honest. Or maybe you could have found it in the 13th level. That was the one with the other, with trapdoors in as well, right? This is a bit annoying. This room used to be located at level 13 once east. I think that was one with, like, is that the one with the eyes? Like this? And then, yeah, it must have been. Because there was, like, below, kind of in this spot, in level 13 was the room where I had some trouble. Yeah, more conveniently facilitates backtracking, definitely. I'm not a fan of rooms where, like, this is fine for, like, having something like this is fine for, like, the first pass of the room. But then, like, well, nowadays anyway, you'd use, like, a conquer token or something, and then, or, like, green door, which would be able to then kind of tunnel around, for example. But I'm not a fan of having to, like, resolve a puzzle multiple times just because I want to navigate the level. Like, I spoke about this earlier on in Journey to Rutherhold and said, you know, Drod is a puzzle game. Drod isn't about, like, navigating your way through a maze or something like that. And it's kind of having a convoluted or difficult to navigate level, like, just detracts from the game experience. You know, it's not a... Unless it's done very well, it's not something which, like, tests you as a player. It just kind of makes you go, oh god, not this again. So I'm glad that they took that one out. This is the original version of level 11.3 North. It has an extra arrow just northeast of the bomb here. And as a result, it's much more challenging. Yeah, I mean, I actually got a little bit stuck on this the first time I played this this room, so... Yeah, I can see this one being more difficult. I'm going to not attempt this, actually, just because, you know, I don't need to, and I think it's... In post-mastery areas, like, stuff like this is more... Like, they took it out for a reason, right? It wasn't good enough to make the final cut, so... Or it's too difficult, or whatever, so... Generally, it's more of a kind of interesting learning experience, although there is something here. A scroll. This room used to be located at level 11, 4 north, 2 west. The puzzle is somewhat unpredictable due to monster movement ordering, which I think it means movement order. Was replaced with a similar puzzle without that issue. Yeah, I remember that puzzle. There is a scroll here. Maybe I'll come back to this one and see if I can read that scroll when I'm doing my challenges and stuff. This was the original entrance to level 19. It was changed because it was felt that there needed to be a room which showed brain-arrow interaction. The path leads to the room's actual entrance point. To start the room, enter with your sword facing east. Sorry. Yeah, it's the brain movement. Well, brains avoiding arrows is something that you wouldn't expect, but is a pretty critical, like, piece of knowledge. So I'm glad that they showed this. Like, obviously, I already knew it, but.
They control other monsters' movements, make them find me easier.
Oh,
glob. Brains. They control other monsters' movements, make them find me easier.
I think I actually want to do something more like this.
They control other monsters' movements.
No.
glob. Brain. They control other monsters' movements, make them find me easier. glob.
There's way more on the top side, so I think on the right.
glob. Brains. They control other monsters' movements, make them find me easier.
There we go. Yeah, I suppose that shows you kind of by necessity they are gonna have to then come around the other way. So that shows you that they are pathing through to B-throw. Although movement order does make things a bit odd because they all space out. So, I mean, what can you do? That's Drod for you. Cool. Okay. An outtake.
Runner 255. Oh, that's my runner number 92.
Cut. One more time now.
Funny. Although in this room style, actually, this doesn't look like a house. I can't remember whether the original room this was in. Yeah, I realised like this guy came out of the house. It doesn't really it kind of looks like a house. It looks more like a shed or a temple or something like that. I don't know. Maybe like a shed. But definitely compared to the kind of the round like huts you get in like all of the kind of original 6 room styles. That's everything that was included in Drod 3.0. And then obstacles were mixed up a little bit more in Jod 5. And well, what's going on here? Let's have a look. I have to clear the tar in order to see the scroll. I get a mimic after I clear the room. What? Oh, to open this door. Why didn't they just put a green door there? Right, so I just hit this door. Hit this door. How do I open this one? Again, I don't really fancy doing this room. I can give it a shot though. Don't know how difficult it's going to be. Brain goblins are going to be a bit of a pain. Because that third one's going to come over and be like, hey, what's going on? How do I actually... weird, so the serpent is going to chase after me once I hit this door. And then how do I... So what's even the point of having the goblins? Like, I can use one maybe, but I don't need all 4. Yeah, so can I just kill the goblins? They're not going to cooperate probably. Maybe they will. Because of that arrow, yeah. Yeah, because like I don't need them for either of those. I need one. Did I say? Oh, actually, yeah. No, I don't even need one because I can just have the snake go in here. I think the red snake go down here and get trapped. So. So I can do that. And then can I just do that? Yeah, or I can trap the red snake in any of these, in like literally any of these spots. So yeah, I don't really... Oh, and also, or it'll just turn around and get itself trapped. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know what's what they kind of intended for this room. Maybe that's why this one was removed, because I'm clearly not utilizing all the mechanisms available to me. This room layout, originally made by Doom, was used in the winning entry of the Journey to Reach to Hold lookalike contest on the Drodnet forum. Okay. I guess a piece of contest history for you all, and also that it was used to be called Drodnet rather than forum.caravelnet.com. Yeah, weird. That was a pretty... It just felt like that I was doing that room wrong, but whatever. I guess that's it then. Let's just make sure it is on the restore screen. No, it isn't. 88%. Okay, where is there more to see, huh? This place is massive. I'm surprised they only had like 3 or 4 additional. I don't know. It was actually 5 or 6, but I'm surprised they only had like only a few like additional additional rooms to kind of 88%. How many? Yeah, so I'm missing 5 rooms. Let's see on the world map. Feels like maybe here, but this is all blocked off, so maybe there's like a secret wall somewhere or something. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on here. I can't see anywhere where I've obviously missed something, so yeah, I ended up getting pretty you wouldn't really have noticed because in time nothing's changed. You will see though I have restored to the start of this room. I was just looking for the dream plane, and not the dream. I wasn't looking for the dream plane. I'm obviously already here. I was looking for where else there is to explore in the dream plane, and I ended up looking for a really long time. But hence why I was just like, you know what? Let's just make sure I know where I'm going. I cut out the paused this bit of the video where I was looking for it, and now I know where I'm going, and I can make my way there. So yeah, that's the reason for the cut you just saw. But yeah, it turns out I'd missed some of the like concept art and stuff. So I think it's actually down here. And then even further down here, yeah, it's south of this room, so sorry about that. Turns out there is a little bit more to explore down here. What the hell is that? Is that a seep? No, it looks more like a maggot. That's gross. User-friendly aesthetic editing. Okay. Allow 3 something bridges. Give each floor a distinctive graphic look. Monsters may be restricted to certain floor types. Interesting. In editor, push and pull, elevation. Oh, so you could have like multiple levels of your one room. Huh. That would have been interesting. So you could have like B-throw can navigate like up and down stairs to different levels, and that's an interesting concept. I don't think it necessarily would have worked for something like Drod, but could have been cool for like maybe level navigation or something like that. I don't know. Interesting. Flat view for editing, playing, relief view, more interesting visually, but flat is clearer. No cutaway needed for flat view. Ah, so it sounds like they were kind of looking at a way to get it so that, yeah, you've got like multiple perspectives for the player looking at B-throw. Yeah, that would have been really interesting. Okay, there is a blue door here, so maybe next time I'll I don't think there's going to be anything. Is there anything else? There's just one more room, so presumably that's here. And then, yeah. and then that would presumably be it. I'm guessing another like hold ending stairs or something past here anyway. So yeah, maybe I might just end up doing these off camera. It depends. I'm not like super interested in actually solving I solved this one. I'm not super interested in solving these two really. I think this isn't the last episode. The last episode, I'm not sure, either 1 or 2 more episodes just dedicated to the handful of challenges that I missed. And just to remind myself, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I missed 12 challenges, and yeah, I'm going to try and tackle most of them next time. I think, like I say, probably won't get all of them done. For example, this one, the locked room mystery, seems very difficult, but I'll give them all a go at least, and we can, you can enjoy that, and yeah, I'll see, and yeah, on that note, I am going to be looking for another hold to play. I'm not sure whether I'm just going to go straight on to another official hold yet, or maybe I'll do something else first and then come back to it. But if you guys have any suggestions as to what holds you might want to see, I'd be more than willing to at least review your suggestions, if not necessarily play them. But yeah, I'm ultimately, this is a series meant to be enjoyed not just by myself, but by you, the viewer, as well. So if there is any project which you would particularly enjoy, I'd be more than happy to hear it, and we can see whether I end up playing it. So yeah, anyway, this has been Journey to Reach the Hold, and thanks for watching.